Alright guys, back at you with a leg day. So we're going through our pre-leg day rituals here. So one of them is a massage gun. I have the Tim Tom Power Massager here. This is the Pro, so this has 3 levels. Heated tip, bunch of metal tips, guys. Check these guys out. But so what we do, just a light run through, getting the blood flowing into the quads. Today is a quad focus day, so that's where I'll put most of the focus when I massage. I'm not pushing real hard, just really making sure to get blood in there. And then we'll go stretch out and do lots of warm-up sets again, just to make sure that we get the quads nice and warm before we go at it. And Brett's got another ritual for you guys.
Yeah, so also another trick we have is if you're pressing a lot of weight with legs and you're dealing with some knee issues, not so much internal knee issues, just soreness from the heavy weights, what we do is we actually apply this liniment. So it's a veterinary liniment, a gel. We're actually trying to come up with our own design here, so hopefully in the future we'll come up with something that you can more bodybuilding related instead of actually using just animal liniment. But what it does is, honestly, it's kind of like a BioFreeze times 10. We put it on our knees, so we'll apply it there, rub it on, and honestly it kind of just numbs it out a little bit. Not enough that you just don't feel anything, because that's probably not good, because you don't want to hurt yourself without any feeling. I mean, you can still feel, but what it does is just takes a lot of pressure off the knees. So you'll always see us, I think you probably have videos before, we're in here rubbing this on our knees before leg workouts, but I can tell you, when we work up those top sets that are sometimes close to 2,000 pounds on like the leg press or hack squat or something, that this does help out a lot. So just that little extra comfort in your knees, take a little pain away, kind of goes a long way. So couple pre-leg day rituals. I don't think enough people actually put enough time in this, preparing, because they're not also training hard enough too. So when you get into that component of training your absolute ass off, you need to set yourself up for that. With the stretching, with the tissue work, with the gun, getting tissue work done by a professional, and then also little tricks like this just to save yourself, and then for longevity purposes. So we are about ready to go here. Like I said, get everything ready, and then we are going to get after a quad day today.
All right, guys. So as you know, leg day, we always start with calves. So we're going to do a little warm up here. We'll go to a top set, and then we'll likely do a rest pause or a drop set to begin. Like we always said, we start with calves. It's the most painful thing. Get ready for the pain. Good, Lola. Yep. All right, finishing with a drop set here on the calves. Like I said, work up to a top set, then we go to a drop set to finish it. We lower the weight a little bit, so on this we're going 3 per side. What we'll do is I'll go to failure with 3 per side. He'll take 1 off each side. I'll go to failure with 2 each side. He'll take 1 off each side, and then I'll go down to failure on 1 each side for plates. And then once you can't get any more full contraction, so we're all about all the way stretch, all the way up, then just hit partials, just as many pumps as you can do to completely fry off the calves. Okay, so first exercise for quads here, keeping to what we know works. All right, so always do quad extensions to start. Some people have different views on that. For us, it works. So what it does is actually warms up our knees, warms up our quads for the pressing, the squatting we're going to be doing next. So we'll work up here to probably, right now we'll do about 4 to 5 warm-up sets. Like I said, we take it slow, get everything activated, get all the blood in the muscle here, and then we'll do a tops couple sets at probably 6-7 plates. But what we found out is we were able to get really high. We're up to like 9 plates. So we've kind of backed off a little bit, just because when you reach that top, and you might start noticing that when you go too heavy on quad extensions, you start really feeling it in your knees. So what we focus on is completely locking our butt into the seat, so pulling ourselves down. We're extending up with our legs, and we're holding it for a split second at the top. So we want to feel that burn, not only on your lower quads, but all the way up to your hip. So you're firing all the way through, and firing, and extending all the way up and squeezing. So control the reps. The most you should be able to do on this is probably 7 plates for us. but absolute control. You can blast it as much as you want on the presses, the squats, but just all control on the quad extensions.
All right, guys, so we did our heavy top set on leg extensions. Now it's time for a back off set. This is gonna be a slow tempo set. So explode out of the bottom, pause at the top, really slow negative coming down. Lots of control, guys. We're really gonna fry all the stabilization muscles, then we're gonna go into a big lift.
Moving in after the quad extensions, we're going to our first compound movement. So this is actually one of my personal favorites. Just your traditional high hack squats. So if you see here, we have a few options. My personal favorite is the Cybex hack squat. It's a steeper angle, and so it's harder. Another one is this Icarian right here. It's a lower angle, kind of like the Arsenal strength. Those, you can put more weight on them because it's a less of an angle. I think the true hack squat is one like this. That's a lot more, the angle's up, a lot more up and down, and I feel like you get a lot more out of your quads. So another instance of you gotta do the hard stuff to see the good results. So what we'll do here is like probably another 4 warm-up sets. This is our second one, 10 to 15 reps, just feeling the muscles work. We're gonna set up for an all-out set, which we're gonna go max weight, and then we'll do some kind of back off. One other thing I wanted to address real quick is the use of bands. So I know on my videos, and probably on the YouTube, everyone's like, why do you use bands? What's the purpose of bands? What we use them for, and I'm just gonna say this one time, is just to help us a little bit out of the bottom of the hole. The reason for that is because when we work up to, we have to work up to 9, 8, 17 plates total, 16 plates total, that there's so much pressure on your knees, you're risking injuries. This eliminates that pressure out of the bottom just a tad so that we don't actually injure ourselves doing this. Besides that, I mean, I don't think there's much benefit. Like I said, you're still moving a lot of weight, and that's why we actually go heavier than usual, but it is just helping us, our knees mainly, out of the bottom. You don't use the bands to kind of help you bounce out of the bottom. We still control it down, stop, go, so everything's still under control. It's just helping our knees out of the bottom. So just want to address that, because I get that question all the time, and now you know, and you can try it yourself.
right, guys, so after our back off set on hack squats with the 5-second negative and a 2-second pause in the hole with those tempo squats, now we're moving to a single leg press, pendulum style here. So what we're gonna do is really focus on keeping the knee in and tight and really letting the quad take all the push here. And like I said, it'll be a single leg. We'll work up to a top set here, and then we'll likely do a drop set. Let's see. Aim on, let's go. Come on, brother. Yep. You got another. Let's see. Alright guys, so after that single leg press, worked up to a top set there, then we went to the V squat. So what that is a back supported squat. It really just takes the upper body out of it, really makes it more of a lower body movement only. Really squat focus there, all quad again, loading the quads. Brett and I worked up to a big top set again. Both of us were getting a low back pump, so we didn't do a back off or anything there. Now we're gonna go into some single leg extensions and really finish off the legs, so let's work. Alright guys, so that's a wrap on legs. You want big legs? Just do that every week for the next 5 years and you might have legs somewhat like Brett and I's. But in all seriousness, you guys see intensity, 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 intensity. Not only do we do one big movement, but we do big movement after big movement after big movement on legs. I think something that really gets lost in a lot of leg days is guys try to do detail work and this and that little stuff. Guys, you got to beat the shit out of your legs. They're a huge muscle. They can take a lot of damage, and they're going to repair themselves no matter what. So beat them up. As you saw today, we went from extensions to hack squats to a press to another press, like just over and over and over again, guys. And as you see, it was all quad focused. So we have a quad focused day and a hamstring focused day. I feel like that's the best approach to get big legs. That's something that Brett and I both been doing, and Brett will let you guys know what else you want to hear.
Today was a good example of, I don't know if you probably didn't notice too much in the film, but this is probably my second or third week full back into it, you know, after Christmas break, and then I really started, you know, gearing up for the competition year. After that top set of hacks, so I think I did 17 on the top set. I was completely fried after that. So what my point is find somebody that holds you accountable, you know, in your training, or hold yourself accountable, that you're not just gonna, you know, when you're completely fried, you're not feeling it, that you don't just quit. So, you know, we ended up doing 3 more exercises after that, and it was more of a, you know, a mental battle than a physical battle. So that just shows you, like, in our training, like, it might not be, you know, your best day, or, you know, other shit might be going on behind the scenes. But when you're in that session, you have to dig deep and figure out yourself and figure out how you're going to finish it. So rule of thumb today is, you know, every training session is with a purpose. Give it all you got. And then even when, you know, you face adversity, you got to find a way to overcome that. So because, you know, every session we come here, we make it count. So that's, you know, a cue for you is make every session count, especially on these big leg days, because you only got so many. You know, you think, like, you know, we're competing in 7-8 months, but really, you know, that's 4 quad days times 6. You know, you're only looking at about 25, 26 quad days. You know, that's going to come fast. So find your zone, find your partner, find something, and just get the shit done. You know, we just works, and that's all I can preach today. Again, thanks for following. This was a great weekend of getting stuff done, bringing more content to you, and we're excited to bring you more. Make sure you like, subscribe, share these exactly, and like I said, let us know what else you want to see, because it's been a lot of fun. We've been getting a lot of good feedback, and we're ready to bring more.